Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, and how we're going to fix this bad boy together. And guys, sometimes you just find allies in the strangest places. For example, we're going to talk about Everytown for Gun Safety. One of their organizations, they're now putting out hit pieces against the Trump administration because they are infringing upon your Second Amendment rights by access to guns and ammo because of the tariffs. They're actually expecting us to believe and drive a wedge between Trump and the Second Amendment community because the tariffs are going to make our guns too expensive for us to enjoy our Second Amendment rights. Everytown for Gun Safety is expecting you to believe this. Oh, we're going to have some fun with this one. Everything will be linked in the description box below. Of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. YouTube is doing that slow death thing again where they just accidentally unsubscribe people, so make sure you're still active. And let's dive right in. The first stop is the X account where you can follow me at Braden LOA because, we have a lot of fun together. And like this example, this is something that protester was doing to a Trump doll. That's the most recent conversation. So anyway, jump over there at Braden LOA. That's a different thing for a different time, but now our new saviors have arrived, guys, and I hope you pick up the sarcasm because they expect you to actually believe this. All right, here goes the wedge. Watch this. The gun industry silent as tariffs threaten to raise firearm prices. Major gun makers and the National Shooting Sports Foundation have remained silent about President Trump's latest tariffs. It's not in their interest to talk about it. Why would they talk about it? Yeah, of course it's going to raise prices across the entire economy. That's a no-brainer. Don't buy guns right now. That honest to goodness. Cash is king. Just my own personal opinion. Not advice. You make up your own decisions. But anyway, let's keep going because, guys, they really care about our gun rights. As President Trump's tariffs dominate the news cycle and ripple through the U.S. economy, driving stock prices down, one sector has remained conspicuously silent: the gun industry. Recent social media posts and press releases from major gun makers and the National Shooting Sports Foundation, the Gun Industry's Trade Association, make no mention of the tariffs or of their potential to drive up firearm prices, impacting American gun owners. Guys, I love a good defender of our rights. In fact, I love it so much. Let me show you who's saying this. See right there? 2025 Everytown for Gun Safety Support Fund. Get out of town. You do not care about the American gun owners. You never have. You never will. You like to beat us over the head as a punching bag and a pincushion. All you want to do is take the guns. You don't care about the tariffs and the impacts on our rights. Shut up. But now that I've said that, let me get back to the point here because I got to show you how they're trying to manipulate you. That's why I'm doing this video. It's all a manipulation. Prices are going to go up on everything in the economy while the tariffs exist. I'm not going to hit the tariffs in long term. It could be a long-term move, positive, negative. Up to you. You guys decide. All I'm going to say is from a Second Amendment perspective, this is how they're trying to frame it to impact you. All right, let's go to tariffs. A tax on raw materials. See how they're hitting all these buzzwords? On March 12th, Trump's tariffs on steel and aluminum, metals used to produce key firearm components, went into effect, placing additional pressure on the firearms industry at a time when gun sales are dropping. Skirt! We're going to pause that real quick. See, this is where the manipulation begins really hard. I'm going to jump over to Firearms Policy Coalition. They just posted this a couple days ago. This is a 2.5 million firearm background checks were initiated in the last month. So for 2025, there are almost 3 million background checks. And as you can see right here through this actual graph, does it look like we're on a decline? Yeah, we're going back down to norms. We peaked at 39 million, 38 million, 31 million. We're back at 28 and 29 million. Okay, take it with a grain of salt. These people are manipulative liars. Anyway, proven. All right, cool. Let's keep going. As we wrote a month earlier, such tariffs raise the specter of gun price hikes, and the latest tariff announcements present new costs for gun makers in terms of raw materials, which will hurt downstream customers because they care so much, guys. Everytown for Gun Safety cares so much. Basic economic theory tells us that when the cost of raw materials rise, the prices of finished products inevitably follow suit. 100%. You know what else goes up? The price of actual guns that are already owned. Used guns go up, just like we see cars go up when new prices go up. Same thing. It's the exact same thing. This is economic manipulation. That's exactly what's happening. Let's keep going. Fast forwarding to 2025, and the silence is deafening. See that? gun industry is in cahoots. As of this writing, major gun manufacturers and the NSSF have yet to provide any commentary on the Trump administration's tariffs, despite the fact that they will likely increase costs for American gun owners. See there, American gun owners. Every town for gun safety is looking out for you. You should be angry at the Trump administration because they're making your guns more expensive in a temporary tariff application to force the hand of the trade economic situation in the United States, in the country, in the world, excuse me. So turn against Trump. Don't give him any support, because what would be the worst thing in the world is if you kept on supporting him and he put forward pro-2A legislation like the National Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act. That would be horrible. That would be bad for the American gun owner, because you saw the tariffs. Do you see what they're doing? They are manipulating you on the tariffs in order to get you to abandon support for Trump and the conservative side and Republican side, because at the end of the day, they will win. They are trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Let's continue. We will not let it happen. Even the National Rifle Association, which is often quick to rally its base around purported threats to gun owners, has stayed silent. No grand public outcry, no rallying cry from the leaders who claim to represent the best interest of their loyal customers. This is Everytown for Gun Safety. This is one of their activist groups. Let's keep going. They even hit firearms imported from Europe. In addition to the hikes in the cost of key raw materials, foreign importers of guns and ammunition are also facing hefty new tariffs. The EU, for instance, now faces a 20% tariff on firearms, which will hit companies like Beretta in Italy, FN in Belgium, Glock in Austria, Heckler and Koch in Germany. It's Koch, I'm pretty sure it's Koch. And Springfield Army, I always say it wrong, which is the exclusive U.S. importer of Croatian HS product pistols. All right. Listen, they are laying it on so freaking hard. Don't worry, they hit the Brazilians too. Meanwhile, Brazilian imports are being hit with a new 10% tariff, which could raise the prices of Taurus firearms. And the announced 10% tariff on Turkish imports could raise prices there too. Guys, if you own guns or you have a collection, your prices just went up on all of your owned assets. Because now the 10 and 20% tariffs that are going to affect new production are going to be passed directly into the used market, the collector's market. You're about to have a seller's market in the gun firearm collection space. This is temporary. This is not permanent. This is trying to frame everything they're doing with these tariffs as against gun owners, and they hate you, and they aren't looking out for your best interest because they're not talking about it. Maybe, just maybe, there's something broader happening here. Let's continue, though. This is the big takeaway. The timidity on the part of the gun industry leaves American gun owners holding the bag and serves as yet another reminder that the gun industry isn't standing up for gun owners. It's simply playing politics and advancing its own agenda. Wow. Kind of like Everytown for Gun Safety writing an entire hit piece all about Trump's tariffs and how bad it is for the American gun owner, the one group of people who they so deeply care about. Yeah, I hope you picked up all the sarcasm on that. This is not about the American gun owner and they're looking out. This is literally trying to drive a wedge between the Second Amendment community and the Trump administration in order to prevent all the Trump administration initiatives they put forward, the 2A that they're working on right now. National Reciprocity, the Short Act, the Shush Act, all these things, they're in the works. They're trying to pull away support so they can't get it done and isolate the population from Trump. Don't let them fall, make you trick, or don't fall for this. Don't let them trick you on this. That's exactly what they're doing. They do not care about you. They do not care about us. This is all a game to pull support away from Trump. And that is what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.